Alright, I'm gonna give y'all some quick tips in this video. The first thing you want to do when you start a game is to look in that bottom left corner and look for that green arrow. In this case, it's blowing towards the left, his right. What does that mean? Any pitch that's hit out, anything he hits to right field is going to be carried more. So for example, if he has a 70 power, he basically has like a 74 when it comes to going to right field. Especially in this case as a right-handed batter. If he swings if he gets a good late swing, aka opposite field swing, which is going to go with the wind, he's more than likely going to hit a home run. Same rules apply over here though. Like, if he gets a good late swing while I'm pitching in this area, with the wind blowing towards the right, he's more than likely going to hit a weak fly ball. Or at least not homer for the most part. Tip number 2, use pinpoint pitching. If you're not using this, I don't know what's wrong with you. Another quick tip. Remember that this game is pitching is a chess matchup. This isn't like 2K9 where you just had to time the swing. On this game, it's all about that PCI. If I pitch the ball right here and he was looking up here, guess what I'm not going to do? Throw it up here again. Or should I say throw it up here the next pitch. I'm going to not necessarily go back to the same spot, but I'm going to go somewhere inside. Or I may even go away with, let's say, a curveball. Last thing you want to do is, once again, throw it up here when he was sitting here for the last 2 pitches that he swung and missed at. Also, I don't think just because you threw a curveball low, let's say in this area, they can't homer on it. If it's in that PCI, which I'm going to show y'all, look at the bottom left corner after this pitch. It's going to show a little circle. He must have swung early and pulled that foul, but as y'all can see, the ball was in the PCI, and this is big but he swung early, so yeah. Now, if he had a good swing in the PCI, it's a good chance that would have been a homer. Because he doesn't have the power to do it, but good a perfect swing changes that. Notice how he keeps pulling this ball because he's swinging early. That's all I'm trying to get at to y'all. Now, if the wind was blowing towards the left, and he had, once again, a good swing in the PCI, it's more than likely going to be a homer. But what I wouldn't be doing is pitching inside as much. I'm going to be coming over here. Now, the computer been on that pitch the last 2 times. I'm going to see if I can dice him up. Let's see where his PCI was. As y'all can see, he was sitting on that pitch, even though this is a computer, but still doesn't change the fact that the player in game was looking at it. So I'm going to try to change my spot. God dang it. Yeah, I see he took that pitch because he got food. He wasn't expecting it. I can't hit my pinpoint for nothing. You usually don't want to throw the same speed 2 times in a row. And like I said, you never want to throw a hanging curveball. But sometimes you have to risk it, especially if you're playing like against a good player, because like they're not expecting you to be hanging a pitch. It's risky. It's not necessarily the smartest thing to do, but yeah, sometimes you got to risk it. Oh, well, Adam Wainwright has too much control for this last tip. Well, it's probably not the last, but it's gonna be close to it. Y'all see the baseball spinning in that upper left corner. I'm wiggling it right now. Y'all can see an outer gray circle. That is what I call the potential landing zone. Even if you get a 100% perfect pitch, it's not going to necessarily go exactly where you like pointed the ball, from what I can tell and have seen in the last 5 months. I'm going to try to see if I can get a perfect here. Oh, that was actually pretty much where I wanted it, more or less. I should have had 100% accuracy. Let me see if I can dot this fastball. Well, I fell to the right. Boom. Oh, here's another good tip that I wish I knew way back when. With pinpoint, if you do this, if you go all the way towards the left, you see how much farther that ball went towards the left than I wanted. Like, you can pretty much ruin the pitch. If you think this guy's sitting right here, where I'm currently throwing, you could do this. Thanks to me slamming the stick towards the left, he threw the ball about 2 or 3 inches from exactly where I wanted the ball, or should I say where I originally wanted it. Like I said, if I was playing you, whoever you are watching this, and I wanted the ball here and I thought you were sitting, this is what I'd do. I would purposely throw that motherfucker outside on purpose, so I can have another chance of taking you down. Last thing I want to do is have you sitting on a pitch and having the ball land exactly where you're looking. All right, here's the last pitching tip, at least for this video. One, set your defense, and two, pitch into it. Now, I don't know if they're gonna let me do this, but y'all see me do it online. Okay, here we go. Like I said, set your defense and then pitch into it. Also, pitch away from the wind as much as possible. Now, if the wind is blowing in, oh yeah, that's gonna be another tip. But, oh, excuse me. Like I said, set your defense and pitch it to it.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches. And the right center and they'll get a man aboard to start the inning as a base hit. Throw into second, but it won't be in time, and it's a leadoff double.
All right, here's next to the last pitch tip.
Goldschmidt has room in foul territory, and that's the first down of the inning.
All right, here's one of the biggest tips I can give you, and none of y'all really think about this, but unless you're playing Diamond Dynasty, a lot of the hits against you are going to be bloopers or shit in the gap. So with that being said, especially these bloop hits, I don't know about you, but that's how I usually lose games to give up hits. What I like to do is go to defensive position, go to outfield, set the depth to shallow. You know what? Let's look at this. Since the Cardinals have a fast outfield, they can get away with that. At least 2 of the 3 of those guys are fast. O'Neal and Bader, you know, center field and left. The right fielder has a speed of 70, so yeah, that's too far. This deep is what they will set. You know, they'll have it set to deep for, let's say, somebody like who's a good fucking slugger in this game. We're just gonna say Prime Pujols or Jordan Alvarez. They'll have it set to deep, but here's my thing. Like Jim Evans once said, if it's hit over your head, or well, if it's hit over my head, it's probably a homer anyway. So with that being said, and I done said it already, you may as well play your people shallow. Now, if it's Diamond Dynasty, I say keep them on normal, especially if you got a speedy outfield. But if I was you, I'll keep my people on shallow, especially if they all have at least an 80 speed. Now, in my case, I have a 96 and a 95 speed in center and left. Now, the right fielder has only like a 68, which is slow. Of course, I would just swap him out for the second baseman since he could play right field with an 82 speed and good defense. But that's the tip I can give you. Here's another one. You have, if you're pitching low a lot, you're expecting ground balls, so that's what you want. Now, I personally like to shift my people towards the right so it can always be somebody playing near that second base bag to snag those balls. It will work best if and when you have somebody with a speed of, let's say, like 80 to, let's say, 90. Most people not going to have 97 speed, but if you got somebody with a speed of 80 to 85 with a defensive fielding plus reaction of at least 80, if not like 85 hopefully, yeah, you're going to catch a lot of those ground balls out the middle. Now, like I already talked about the blooper hits that I done gave up so many times to lose me games or to, like, you know, give up hits with or against. I'm like, fuck. This right here will stop a lot of those ground balls up the middle. Also, this right here will stop a lot of those bloopers. Now, if you don't want to do it that way because they're being little butt cheesers, which is literally the thing you should do against like this shift right I have set, you can cheat the system by having, let's say, your third baseman have him play Well, he's supposed to be in bunt defense. Like bunt defense, for example. I wouldn't have him on bunt. I would have him on corners in. Or have him shifted towards the right, corners in, etc. But that's only if they've, like, shown that they will keep trying to bunt all game.
I bore witness to the manifestation of humanity's rage.